Yo, what's good? It's your boy Derek Branch here of Memphis Wire on Sports View 360. In today's video, I just want to talk about the recent men's 2025 NCAA Tournament Bracketology post put out by college basketball aficionado Joe Lunardi of ESPN. In his recent bracket post, he has the Tigers as a 7 seed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just start off, by what he has on here. This is from outside of Memphis. So the bracket watch, you got, of course, Kansas as the number one seed. Georgia, first team out. Jeff Cable's team, Pitt Panthers, last team to get in. On the bubble right here, he has Miami, Rutgers, Kansas State, St. Mary's. Last four buys, last four in Oregon, Maryland, Villanova, Pittsburgh. First four out, Georgia, Louisville, Nebraska, VCU, Virginia Commonwealth. US next four out, he has USC, Iowa, Wisconsin, NC State. So if you look at this overall from left to right or right to left, last four buys, last four in, first four out, next four out. Lunardi has no AAC team on here, and I'm going to explain more into that later on. So look at the 68 team bracket. He has Memphis in the East, right? In the East region, which will be held in cities of Raleigh, North Carolina, Cleveland, Ohio, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and in Raleigh. So this is where he has Memphis right here. 7 seed, AQ automatic qualifier, playing against 10 seed Rutgers of the Big Ten. And the winner of the Memphis Rutgers matchup will play the winner of Duke Lipscomb, who was a 15 seed. So if Memphis had to win this game and beat Rutgers, they would, Lipscomb they beat Duke. So they would be playing Duke in the next round. Interesting. Now, we look at the other teams in this region, East region. He has Alabama as a 1 seed, either Howard or Morehead State as an AQ 16 seed. He got Ohio State 8 seed, Xavier 9 seed, Arkansas, John Calipari's new team, who also coached Memphis a while back, 5th seed. Princeton 12 seed, Texas Tech 4 seed, Vermont 13 seed, St. John's 6 seed, Maryland Pittsburgh 11 seed, Baylor 3 seed, Louisiana Tech a 14 seed, and like I said, Memphis, Rutgers, and Duke and Lipscomb. So overall, man, I think this is a really good seed. This is I think a tough seed, a tough bracket to be in, a tough region. Alabama, you know what he did last year, got to the Final Four. Arkansas will come in loaded with a loaded roster. Um, Baylor, we know what they're all about, have a reputation of going on deep NCAA tournament runs. St. John's could be a toss, could be a headache. Texas Tech has good team has had good teams in the past, so it's a pretty tough region to be in for the Tigers. But that's why you play the games. Anything can happen. It's March Madness. Now, take this into context though, that we're in July right now, and tomorrow is August. We'll be in a new month, so this is only a projection. So while it's good to see that he has the Tigers in a higher position compared to his previous bracketology posts that I've seen. This is only projections. This is where he thinks the Tigers and other teams are going to be placed. A lot can happen between November, the month of November, when the Tigers tip off against Missouri, and Selection Sunday. A whole lot of things can happen. We are 3 months away from um, Memphis Tigers basketball for the 2024-2025 season. So a lot can happen between now and then. But, you know, according to what I've read, a lot of people are high on this team, are high on this Memphis team. And as a matter of fact, if you look at the bracket, the entire bracket, there is no other team from the AAC qualifying for the tournament. None. Not none. No. He doesn't have Florida Atlantic, FAU, um, Burma, UAB, a team that gave Memphis problems last year, or Tulane, or any of the other new members of the conference that joined last year, like UTSA, Charlotte. They had some solid years. They had a pretty good. I think a lot of those teams, like Charlotte, or UAB had a really good first year in the conference. But Joe Lunardi does not have those teams qualifying for the tournament. None. The only team that he has qualifying for an NCAA tournament berth is Memphis. So, and that's a 7 seed. That's high. A 7 seed is not bad. Now can they get it to a 5th seed or a 4th seed? It's possible. You know, a lot is going to depend on what they do outside of the turn, outside of the AAC. And that out of conference schedule to start the season is very important. Because what you're doing in that out of conference schedule is going to give you a baseline of what could lie ahead. They can't come out of conference play, non-conference play, barely above 500. They got to come out there similar to how they did last year, minus the collapse when they got into conference play. They got to come in guns blazing. You know, there's a few games on there that I'm kind of worried about. I don't think it's gonna be life or death, but there's kind of a few game matchups I think that could give the Tigers some problems a non-conference schedule. But you know, this is a veteran team. And a lot of people or a lot of college basketball analysts like Joe Lunardi and a few others, CBS Sports, their analysts as well, are speaking highly of the Tigers. They're the only team that everybody's picking is tabbing as going to the tournament from the AAC. So the Tigers, if even if they do come out struggling in that non-conference play, come in, take care of business in the American. You may not get the 7th seed, but it might hurt your chances of becoming a 7th seed, but you win the tournament. You win the conference. And if you win the conference, you're AQ. You get in the conference automatically. You get into the NCAA tournament automatically. And it's based on what everybody's seeing from other teams. They're not impressed with what they did. And by far, I think what Memphis did, they put together pretty much the best players, the best scorers from last year's from other teams in the AAC came to Memphis. Tyreek Smith, Kobe Rogers, PJ Haggerty, all those players, PJ Carter, all those players coming to Memphis. The AAC's best scorers, best wing players, guards, and all that came to Memphis, join forces. So, went take care of business in the tournament, have an impressive out of conference resume, and this team will be going to the NCAA tournament. That's a fact. That's a given in my opinion. But this ain't bad though, man. A challenging region, but it's not bad. It's not. I don't think it's nothing the Tigers can overcome because March Madness, anybody can get it, regardless of where you seated at. Now, last year, what I noticed about last year's NCAA tournament is that the teams that we expected, for the most part, to be to play deep into the NCAA tournament, to go to the Final Four, were there outside of North Carolina State. But you had Alabama, Connecticut, and Purdue. A lot of everybody, almost everybody, had those teams going on deep NCAA tournament runs. North Carolina State was like the wild card, but everybody else, for the most part, was expected to be where they are. So that's something to think about as well. But it's this stuff change from year to year. The team that can recruit the transfer portal to get the best players, or not only get the best players, but the players that are going to quickly come together and be a team is going to win the tournament based on what I see. So that may be the Tigers this year. Who knows? But we'll see how everything plays out. But right now, the Tigers, before this, in previous bracketology posts, I believe he had him at like a 10 to 11 seed. Now he dropped down to, he bring him up to a 7 seed. So that's not bad. That's a good sign. So 7 seed playing Rutgers in that opening matchup, opening round. Now, that could be an interesting game as well. Team coming up from the Big Ten. That's a really good basketball conference. So it would be a cool matchup to see. So we'll see how everything plays out. Tigers tip off November 4th against Missouri, 3 months away from college basketball again. So looking forward to it. All right, so I'll laugh you off right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. What are your thoughts on Joe Lunardi? Joe Lunardi placing the Tigers as a 7 seed in his latest bracketology post. And also some news put out, MemphisWire.net. The site is finally operational now. All the content will be, could permanently be moved back to SportsView 360, the Memphis Wire website. So the Tigers now have their own standalone website. It will fall under the SportsView 360 brand, but it will be its own platform. So there's that. Have a blessed day. Please subscribe. Peace. I'm out.